Hey everyone, how's it going? So what we have at the moment is the profile picture and a space for the cover photo. We're going to keep adding some more elements to this. If you look here, this is the kind of thing we're trying to achieve. So we'll get the post later on, but for now we need to add the name and the username, for example, and these buttons here. So let's make a start. I think we'll probably add the buttons here. Now, of course, these buttons won't show up when you're on your own profile, but we'll take care of that too. So yeah, let's do these buttons first. So go back to our text editor. I know I said we still have to do the button which appears when you want to upload a profile picture, so this one right here, but we'll come and do that when we actually try to implement that feature, so we'll come back to that. For now, we're going to add some buttons here. So underneath here, we're going to do it in the profile header container one. We're going to add an element with the class profile buttons container. And underneath there, we're going to do a check just to make sure they're not on their own profile. So we'll say if profile user dot underscore ID is not equal to user logged in dot underscore ID, then we will go ahead and do this. So what do we want to do first? Well, the first thing we want to do is output the message button right here. So we'll go ahead and do that. So I'll tab across into that if statement, and I'll just do a link. So a dot profile button is going to be the class that, and then we'll also go ahead and add the href. So href equals, and inside there, what's the href going to be? It'll be a link to the messages page. So I'll put a backtick on there. So I'll make the string with backticks like that, and I'll say slash messages, and then slash, and then we'll inject the profile user ID. So profile user dot underscore ID. Okay, so that'll take you to the messages page. Obviously, we haven't done that yet, but once we do that, that's where it will take you. Okay, and then we want an icon under there. Now, I can use the one I have right here. So fal dot fa dash envelope. I don't remember if this is a free one or not. So let's refresh the page and see if that works. So I'm refreshing the page, and okay, it's not. So oh, we can actually take it from here. I was about to go to Font Awesome, but we have it right here. So we need FAS envelope. So instead of FAL right here, that's a premium one that you pay for. We have to use FAS envelope, and now we should see that envelope icon right there. Great. Okay, and the next thing to do is to create the follow button. But before we do that, I'm going to style this button separately, and then I think I'm going to do the follow button in the next video, and you'll see why. But basically, it's because it's not going to be a simple thing where we add in line. We're going to add it inside another function. So in the interest of keeping this video short and sweet, I'm going to just style this, and then we'll do the follow button in the next video. So I'll right click on that, and let's add some CSS here. So we'll start by doing the profile buttons container one. So we'll go to our sources tab, and in the CSS file, scroll to the bottom, and let's add it here. We're going to do it in the, let me see what we got here. Okay, let's just add it at the bottom, I think. And I was just looking for my CSS code, but I realized we didn't actually copy it across. So this is the exact same thing I always tell you not to forget to do, and I forgot to do it myself. So basically I had all this code here, and I refreshed the page and it's gone because I didn't copy it across to main.css. So don't make the same mistake as me. So what I'm going to do is just quickly add that again, and then I'll come back to this right now. So I'll add all this and get it back to where it was, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we added it again. It was just these three right here. So if you don't have those, make sure you add those in there, and don't forget to do what I did and take it all and replace it with your CSS code locally. All right. So now if I refresh the page, you will still see that style there. Okay, so don't forget. Anyway, so where were we? We were going to style this what was it? This profile buttons container element. So let's do that. So in sources at the bottom, we'll start by saying dot profile header container, and then dot profile buttons container. Now the first thing we're going to do is make it appear on the right. So we'll say text align right, and you can see that's pushed it over to there. Let me resize this a little bit for you. Maybe that's better. So you can see it's pushed it over to the right like that. We'll say padding is going to be var spacing, and then also a min height, height of 66px. Now I don't exactly remember why I've added that as the min height. It's in my notes, so I'm going to go with it. Maybe I'll remember why I added it later on, but for now, let's just write that down there. I obviously did it for a reason, or at least I hope I did. Okay, then we'll style the link itself, which is a profile button. So profile button is going to have the following style. We'll say border is going to be 1px solid, and then var dash blue. So this same blue we've used, so it's quite subtle, you can see right there. We will then say color is also going to be blue, so var dash blue. It makes the icon blue. Font weight is going to be bold. Now this won't do anything for this, but we're going to use the same style for the follow button, which you see right here, and that has bold text, so make sure you add that. We'll say padding is going to be 5 pixels on the top and bottom, and then the left and right is going to be 15 pixels, if I can type those. And then we'll say border radius, radius is going to be 60px, which will make it nice and rounded like that. We will then add display is going to be inline block. Inline block is the display, and this will allow them to both be side by side. You'll see how that works once we add the follow button. And then finally, we'll say margin, man, I can't type today. Margin left is just going to be this spacing one, so var spacing like that. And the margin left is so that when we add the second button or any other buttons after that, they won't be touching. There'll be a nice space between them. Okay, and the last thing to do, just one more line, or one more line of style I should say, and that's to add a hover to this. So we'll say dot profile button and then colon hover, and all we're going to do is change the background color. So did we add one for the background? No, we didn't add a blue background color yet. So what I'll do is scroll it to the top, and we're going to add a new color. I'll add it with the blues because it is going to be another blue color. Dash blue background, and the color of this is going to be a blue with an alpha transparency, so it's going to be an RGBA, and then the first value is going to be 212, comma, and then 237, comma, 255, and then we're going to have 0.6 as the transparency, and that is it. Oops, put the semicolon at the end of that. And I've actually spelled blue wrong, of course, so let me just fix that. So blue background. So take that name, scroll down to the bottom again, and let's put that in there. Dash blue, blue background, and that should be good now. So if I hover over that, you should see the background turn blue, which we do. Look at that. Okay, so that's nice. Like I said, we'll probably do the follow button in the next video.